Nope. There we go. We got him unlocked now. Oh! Hey guys, Operator Drewski here, and today we're going to be doing a mod showcase of all of my favorite mods and the mods that we use in our operations and our Milsim operations and such. You guys have always been asking, what mods we used in this one or what mods we used in this one, and today we'll be going over most of the mods that we use, most of the most important ones that you guys see all the time. Sadly, TFAR isn't able to work today. I couldn't get it to work. I tried for like almost 2 hours to finally get it to work. I couldn't get it to. Something's bugged with my ArmA 3 or something, so I'll have to reset it to get TFAR to work. But that mod is a radio mod, which I've shown you guys in multiple other ArmA 3 missions. If you wondered what a radio mod is, that is what it is. It's Task Force Arrowhead Radio. So go make sure to go look that up. But for the rest of the mods today, we'll be checking out a lot of different stuff. We're going over kind of like utility mods, I call them, gear mods, weapon mods, vehicle mods, and just total map mods. So as you can see right now, we are in ArmA 2 Chernarus, and people might ask, how are you in ArmA 2 Chernarus in ArmA 3? Well, actually, this is a pretty well-known mod if you didn't know, and this is Cup Core and Cup Terrain. So Cup is a group of mods that kind of brings back any assets from ArmA 2, ArmA 1, even Operation Flashpoint, all the way to ArmA 3. And so you can play with old guns, old weapons, old vehicles, old planes and stuff like that in the new game. And also you can play on the older maps, which are quite nice because they run a little bit higher frame rates on average than the newer maps do, because they have overall less objects and are made for lesser powerful PCs. So they're really, really nice to run, and I mean, honestly, Chernarus is really, really pretty, so I like this map a lot. But a utility mod that we have that is really, really useful that I'm going to show you guys right now is our towing mod. And this is advanced towing. You can get this off the Steam Workshop. All you have to do is just go up to any vehicle, you click deploy tow ropes, and you get a little tow rope that attaches to you. And it shows you that it's kind of like a loose tow rope right now, and now it's tight, and that means that I've reached the maximum distance that I can tow something with. So I want to get it loose, and I want to go up to a vehicle and click attach to tow ropes, and now the second vehicle is attached to the first one. So whenever we drive the first one around, we are going to drag the vehicle behind us around as well, which is really, really nice compared to those towing mods that kind of just place the vehicle behind yours. This one actually has a realistic rope that kind of like snakes the rear vehicle behind you, which is definitely a really nice thing. There's also advanced sling loading and advanced rappelling, which you guys have seen from the recent ArmA 3 operations where we, rappel from a helicopter, or where we sling load a vehicle custom, like where the ropes are on like the 4 corners of the vehicles. Those are usually the advanced sling loading mods. Now, where's an object that I can... okay, over here. So pretty much all you can really do in ArmA in terms of vaulting, in terms of getting over objects, is just vault. All you do is just put your legs over you. There's no hop, and so it's kind of hard to get on objects that you would actually be able to easily get onto in real life. So, like, let's say this little stack of cement here, it looks like, or concrete. Usually, if you wanted to get on this, you really couldn't, because all you can do is vault, and if you try to vault on it, it just won't let you go in. It won't let you get on top of that object. But the enhanced movement mod is quite nice, because I can click a hotkey that I've preset, and I actually climb the object, and I'm actually on top of the object now. I can walk around, and sometimes you can actually jump from object to object and hang on to the other object. So let's say I want to jump to that shed roof. Oops, I fell down. Let's say I want to jump to that shed roof. I can actually start running, I can jump, and I can catch on to the edge of the shed roof, and I can climb this. And, I mean, it's pretty realistic. If you didn't have a gun in your hands, I would expect you could jump on these things in real life. And as you can see, I jumped right there and was able to make it to the shed roof. And that's a really cool option. I mean, firing and going on top of roofs of buildings is, I mean, something that happens in war at some points. And I feel like if you're able to do it in real life, you should be able to do it in ArmA. And this definitely helps you be able to do it in ArmA. So it's really, really useful. Now, another tool that we use in terms of utility mods is MCC. I went over this in the last... instructional video I did, where I kind of instructed you guys of how to create a basic mission for you and your friends to do some operations or do some game modes on. You can scroll down to the MCC mod and you can go and do a lot of Zeusing. You can click Y once you're logged in and you can go right into a Zeus, which is what we're going to be using today to show you a lot of different stuff. But first we're going to show you weapons and gear of all of these mods. So right now I have pretty much the basic weapon and gear mods I have are RHS and the 1944 Iron Front mod. So there's a lot of RHS stuff to see here. As you can see, I'm a US Marine Woodland variant, and I have a custom M4 with a little suppressor and an ACOG. This is all RHS gear, so all of this stuff is from the RHS mod. If we go and look, there's a different version of the RHS clothing. There are lots of different Russian gear as well, so you can actually become a full-on Russian soldier. I would guess that I probably have some Russian stuff here. Let's go to like a like here I have a full Russian kit for a guy that has an AK. A Russian vest, a Gorka suit on, and a Russian helmet. They're all definitely not matching camos, but it's alright. There's also tons of weapons to choose from within the RHS mod. AK-74s of every single type you would ever want. There's AK-103s, AK-104s. There's also the Special Weapons Pack, which is a pack that brings something like ACR Remingtons in here. It also brings AACs, which are really cool as well. It also brings things like at the very bottom here, I think I have some Tavors. I think I have, yeah, some Tavor 21s and CTARs as well. Lots of different custom weapons here, and stuff like TRGs will be actually less power than the Tavors as well, so you know that these aren't going to be like totally nerfy guns. In the RHS pack as well, you get something like a VSS Ventures. You also get AS Vals, Scar H's, Scar L's. You can honestly just find any weapon you want within these packs. In the 1944 mod, actually, it's pretty cool because you can get all the World War II weapons you want. So there's PPSH's. If we scroll up a little bit, there might be something like, let's go try to look for it, like M1 carbines or M1 Garands. If we want to make a basic U.S. soldier from World War II right now, it's pretty easy to. We can just go down U.S. clothing medic. We can go down to, let's say, like a U.S. medic vest, for example. We can get a different helmet, like a U.S. helmet on. Let's go all the way down to U.S. helmet camo, or let's make him a medic. How about that? Let's make him a little medic. So he's got, you know, a little medic helmet on, and he looks like a pretty basic U.S. soldier with the exception of this Russian side door on his back. There's definitely a lot of customization you can do with these mods, and it's really, really nice. This is, again, the Ironfront 1944 mod. I don't think this is available on Steam, but this is available via their website, I believe. Again, so a lot of the weapons and the gear we use is either the 1944 mod for a few of the popular ops we've done, or you can get the RHS clothings as well, which are pretty much U.S. forces, all different types of U.S. forces, and all different types of Russian and militia type forces. Here's all the, you know, kind of Russian or militia gear, M93s, M10s, and as we go up here, we can get some Flora Russian clothing in. We can get some EMR Summer, EMR Desert as well, which is definitely a really, really nice kind of mix of stuff that you can use. A lot of customization options within this. So like basic gear that we use would be something like this marksman loadout that I have, where I'm using actually the ArmA 3 Apex HK417 here, but the rest of my stuff is all the Spec4 mod as well as the RHS mod. So the pants and shirt are from the RHS mod. The helmet, I believe, might be from Spec4. It might be RHS as well. I'm not really sure. The vest is a Spec4 vest, and then the backpack is just a standard backpack. So, I mean, night vision goggles are also Spec4 as well, so make sure to go look up the Spec4 vest or Spec4 tactical pack as well, because it's a really cool pack, and you also get some cool pieces of gear as well. For facewear, you guys have always seen and asked, you know, what are the facewear mods that we have, because we have shamogs all the time, we have gas masks sometimes, and that is the Hidden Identity pack. I believe this is on Armaholic, but not on Steam Workshop, so you will have to go to Armaholic to get this. But it is a really, really cool pack that involves, you know, gas masks like this. You have thousands of different shamog options that you can choose from. This is all aesthetics. It won't actually affect your gameplay at all, but it's kind of cool to have everybody have their own kind of personalization of stuff like that. You can also pick from some RHS night vision goggles up here. I think this one is actually a Spec4. Yeah, it's Spec4 because it has a little S4 there. But there's also multiple different types of RHS night visions that all actually have different versions of like field of view and stuff. So if I actually turn this night vision on here, actually this is the wrong one. If I turn this night vision on here, it will be a monocle. This one, I mean. This will be a monocle night vision, so it's a really, really just, you know, a small circle area. But then if I get something like the quad, I don't even know what to call it, the quad night vision, the 18s, you can get a full field of vision that goes across the entire screen whenever you turn night vision on. Now, don't do that with the real ones, or you'll burn them out, but they're pretty fun to use. So there's a lot of customization within this. Again, I can't get the TFAR mod working, sorry for that, but that is definitely the mod we use. Again, TFAR is our radio mod. Within RHS also, you get all these custom vests and gear and stuff, so you can go check those out by yourselves. I would have to go for hours describing every one of these, but they all have their different stats and stuff. Really fun to use. And now we're going to go into the vehicles, which is honestly the funnest part. I want to go into the USAF mod first, because honestly, this is an awesome mod, and you can get tons and tons of vehicles out of it. And today we're going to be looking at the USAF airplanes first. And the USAF airplanes, I mean, there is a ton of them within this mod. There's the A-10C, AC-130U, the Spooky variant, the Lancer, the B-2 Spirit, Super Hercules, there's the Glowmaster, the Galaxy, the Osprey, the AWACS, sorry, F-35, F-22, F-16, Stratotanker, and the Commando 2. Like, there are tons of jets, tons of awesome planes that you can go mess with for hours. I mean, just flying the EWACS, or AWACS, sorry, I always call it the EWACS because I used to call them Ewoks all the time just for fun. But messing around with the AWACS is definitely a really cool plane to use, especially you'll actually assist your pilots in the sky with that, which is really cool because it actually helps them find other jets on the map near the AWACS radar. But here is like the Galaxy, for example, the Super Hercules, the C-130s, the B-2, and the Lancers, and the C-130, and another AC-130, the Spooky, and the Spectre, and the A-10. I mean, there is lots and lots of airplanes within this pack that honestly are hours of fun to just play with you and your friends. So that is the USAF mod, and as you saw in the video, at the start of the video, I was flying one of the F-35s. That thing is awesome. But we're going to be looking at also the vehicles from the RHS pack as well. RHS has a lot of different stuff. So first, we're just going to go over the USA Army Woodland pack. So there's like different versions of this LAV here. If you go to artillery, there's different artillery pieces that are within the pack as well. If you go to cars, there's tons of different Humvees with M2s, MK19s, unarmed variants. There's 2D Humvees, there's 4D Humvees, and pretty much if I go to like USA Army Desert, this will just be tan variants of all of these. So it's pretty much the same thing. Helicopters, we'll have the Apaches, we'll have the Chinooks, we'll have the Hueys, or not Hueys. Oh my gosh. We'll have the Blackhawks here as well, which are pretty cool. They've got little guns on the sides, miniguns. And then if you go to something like the USMC instead of the US Army, which is down here, the USMC, wait, where is it? Oh gosh, I went past it, didn't I? The USMC has the USMC helicopters, so they've got the Cobras, they've got the CH-53s, and then they got the Hueys. And so you have a lot to choose from when you're using these packs. I mean, just going and looking at the Russian forces, you can get, that's the USSR, you can actually go and get like the Russian forces stuff as well. So you can go and like get Mi-24s, and there's tons of different versions of those. You can get Mi-8s over here. You can get tons of different GAZs, UAZs, artillery pieces as well, just like the earlier variants. And then you can also get almost like 30 different types of BTRs and T-72s and T-90s and stuff. Tons of different trucks in here as well. There's just a lot of stuff. And honestly, I really suggest the RHS mod for you guys to use because it is one of the funnest mods to use. Just for a note as well, if I didn't mention it before, Cup Terrains isn't the only Cup gear mod you can use. You can actually transmit all of the weapons and vehicles from older ArmA games into the newer one, if I didn't mention that before. But Gcam is what I use to get cinematic shots as well. So if I want to get a cool cinematic shot of this soldier like taking the sweat off his brow, it's a pretty simple mod. You just kind of hook onto players and it kind of tracks the unit for you. So as you can see, I'm actually doing anything but holding the W key right now, and it's automatically tracking him, which is pretty cool. It automatically kind of adjusts to keep him in the field of view of the camera, which is really cool. And as well as you can zoom in as much as you want to see like the pimples on a person's face, which is also pretty fun to do. But that is pretty much the basic amount of mods that we use, guys. Hopefully this video kind of helped you in learning what mods we use and figuring out what you guys might want to use for your own groups of friends to play with and stuff. But hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, then leave me a like. If it didn't, then leave me a dislike and leave me a comment of why. But I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching, and stay frosty, gents. So good. Oh, that's gonna be such a good video. Yeah, get him, buddy. Contact, man. 20.
Oh my god, slow down. Oh god.